welcome back to the Lazy Girls Kitchen. If you are new, I'm Maggie and welcome. Today I'm going to show you just how to make regular dinner rolls. They are made using fresh yeast. If you cannot find it, which I know it's pretty difficult, I am going to write out a version of how to make it with just instant yeast. So look for that on my website, but I'm going to show you right now how to make it with fresh yeast. So I have a little bit of warm water here. To that I'm going to add in some warm milk. And this is whole milk. For this, it's important that you have the whole milk because you want the fat from the milk. We're gonna add in our fresh yeast. And I have about 20 grams here. I measure mine with a scale, but I'm gonna try to convert it so that you guys have it in pounds. Just gonna crumble it in. And then to this, I'm gonna add in about a tablespoon of sugar. Give me a shot. I'm gonna just stir this in. All right, so my yeast is pretty much dissolved. It doesn't have to be perfect. I'm gonna add in my salt. I have a tablespoon of salt here. And I'm just gonna give it a rough mix. And then what I'm gonna do is make a little well in the center. And I'm gonna pour olej. I'm just asking about the oil. I'm just gonna pour my milk in with the yeast and the sugar and the water, and I'm gonna mix this up. I do a wooden spoon because for me it works the best, but you can go ahead and use a spatula or whatever, because this is just what I prefer. But again, use whatever works for you. And then to this, I'm gonna add in some oil, and I use vegetable oil. You want a flavorless oil for this. We're gonna do 3 tablespoons about. 3 tablespoons. Give or take a little bit. Okay, stir this in. And for this, you're gonna just need some manpower. Just keep stirring. Okay, I'm just gonna take this out of the bowl and I'm gonna just knead it by hand for a second just to make sure everything's incorporated and nice. You want a nice, ooh, don't make a mess like I am. We're gonna add it back into the same bowl. I'm going to cover it with a clean kitchen towel that's lint free, and then we're going to put it in a warm place for about an hour to rise, and then I'm going to show you what it looks like once it's risen. Okay, my dough has been rising for a little over an hour. As you can see, it has probably almost doubled in size. It's nice and fluffy. I have preheated my oven to 400 degrees, and I have a little baking sheet here that I just lined with some parchment paper. So what I'm gonna do now is sprinkle some flour on my work surface. Okay, and then I'm gonna go ahead and dump out my dough. Use my dough scraper. And then you're just gonna roll it out into kind of like a log, because what we're gonna do is we're gonna separate this into 8 rolls. So it should make 8 comfortably. So what I do is I cut in half, then you have 2. Now I cut in half again, you have 4. And then just cut each in half. And you have 8. That's the only way I can get it to be as equal as possible. Okay, I just roll it out slightly, and then I just roll it underneath, just like so. And then you're gonna put it rolled side down on your baking sheet. Here is the finished product. As you can see, some are a little bit bigger than others, but I did my best to try to separate them evenly. It is good. It's all good and tastes delicious at the end. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna set them aside just until my oven preheats. So about 10 minutes or so, and then you're gonna bake them at 400 degrees for about 20 to 25 minutes.